Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Tuesday Tea Time. I am out drinking my tea this morning with the new wild ones. This is sassafras. As you can see, he's not so wild anymore. And behind him is Z. Z is not so used to people yet. And it's a pretty lovely way to spend a morning drinking tea and visiting with these guys. Raz is also here. He's not a wild one. He is an 18-year-old Arabian that is with us temporarily. And he's a good babysitter for the new guys. Sassafras. So today, I wanted to talk a little bit about apologies. I think everybody who's ever had horses has been through moments where you think, I could have done that better. Or, I wish I hadn't done that. And this is weighing on me a little bit today. That as we know better, we do better. But before we know better, we have to do the best we can with whatever we have. So, as you can see here, Sassafras is very friendly, very curious, very interested, very engaged. He wasn't always like this. He's trying to get my attention. When he was rounded up by helicopter. He came from Nevada. And yay, Eula, you're here for tea time. Sassafras was not always this curious and friendly and interested and engaged. He did have some days, weeks, months where he was afraid of everything. And he ran around trying to escape from humans, and he was in spaces that were small, and it was scary for him. And for all of that, I deeply apologize, Sassafras. Was it worth it? I think it was. I think it was worth it to him. I think he really enjoys his life now. I think he is having a fabulous time learning about people, developing a new herd structure that includes humans. It doesn't make any of that okay. Any of that difficult time that he had to go through is still not okay, even though it's worth it. I don't think the ends justify the means. They perhaps give us some peace, but all of us have been in situations where we did too much. We scared our horses. We put them in situations they should never have been in. And they wouldn't have chosen that. And as a human, we did that to them. Maybe it's we put them in a herd too fast and they were scared until they adjusted. Or maybe it's that we kept them in a place where it was too muddy and they got some hoof rot. Or there's a million different things that we can take responsibility for as humans, and we go, oh, I wish I had done that differently. And when you know better, you do better, if you have the means to do it. So for a lot of us, we do know better, and we might choose to do the wrong thing anyway. And I think being in relationships is inherently like that. Not every decision we make is going to be a good one. And so today I wanted to talk about apologies. How do you apologize to a horse when you feel like you've done them wrong? When you feel like you haven't considered their best interest? And I really think it comes down to actions speak louder than words. And we're all doing our best to learn what actions do we take that express to the horse that we are listening better, that we are communicating better, that we are understanding them better? And we can only show them that through action. So right here is an example. Sassafras would very much like my attention, and I'm talking to the camera. I know him just well enough to know when that nuzzle on my shoulder is likely to turn into a bite or something provocative for him saying, hey, pay attention. And my job is to shift and show him I am paying attention before he has to provoke me to shift. When I can show him that I know him that well, that is a form of apology for all the times that I either didn't know him that well, or all the times I didn't have the means to express it. When he was really wild, when he first came from the pens in Nevada, we didn't have enough of a common language for me to be able to express how much I understood him, and that I knew when he needed a shift, and I knew when he could handle stillness. These really basic attributes. Do you know when your horse needs distraction from the way they feel? Do you know when they're enjoying the way they feel? And you can just be with them and let them enjoy that. This is absolutely everything I study and everything that I teach, because every horse is a little different, and you have to learn each one as you meet it. You can teach them a million skills. You can teach them how to be a riding horse. You can teach them to love it. You can teach them all sorts of things when you use pressure and release appropriately. There's really good science behind that. What I want to teach and what I want to study is how do we adjust that science to fit each horse individually. The timing that Sassafras needs will be very different from the timing that Raz needs. And it'll be very different from the timing that Z needs. Everybody's timing is different. And the way I apologize for past wrongs is by learning that. When do you need distraction? And when do you need passivity so you can enjoy everything that's coming in through your senses? Right now, he really likes the smell of my chamomile tea, and that's great. In a moment, it will be too much, and then he has to pull his head away. If I know when it's too much, I will pull it away before it's too much. And then he can remember it. He can soak it in. He doesn't have to pull his head away from it. I can tell it's good, right? Chamomile's nice. And then I can give him a break and let him think about how nice that was. It's a really, really small thing that builds up over huge amounts of time. But if you can show them that you understand them, I see you need a shift. You don't have to provoke me. I see you're really enjoying smelling the camera until it's too much. I'm not going to get everyone right. But if I can get those shifts between passivity and action correct, you're going to find that horses will readily forgive you for all the things you did wrong in the past. Because when you know better, you do better. If you have the means to do it. And if you don't, you'll figure that out. So those are my thoughts for today, along with Sassafras and Raz and Z. Thank you guys for joining me for tea time. I'll be here again next Tuesday, and maybe this is helpful. Don't get lost in all the things that you've done wrong. We've all done things wrong. We've all put our horses in situations that we're not ideal. Our job is to apologize for it through action. Take action to show the horse you know them better now, and you know how to do better now. The better it gets, the better it gets. Thank you guys for joining me. Have a wonderful day.